Have you ever stood in the mirror, picked yourself up before you stepped out of the door to go on your first date and felt like a fraud with imposter syndrome? I think at some point we all do it. We all lack the confidence needed to grab someone's attention within the first 3 seconds of meeting them. Let's be honest, if you're not feeling 10 out of 10, no one around you is going to believe that you are a 10 out of 10. More often than not, men say that women are so complicated that half the time they can't even be bothered to try and woo them. And to be honest, sometimes I agree with you guys. Women are very complicated. Sometimes they are so complicated that they don't even know what they want themselves. And when they get in a huff because they don't know what they want, you need to know what they want, and it's very confusing, right? So, to help with all of the confusion ahead of you when entering the dating pool, we've dived face first into that water and found these habits and tricks that you can do to make you a magnet for the lady. A woman magnet, to be precise. So, settle down, grab a beer or some water. Let us tell you how you can bag that babe with half the complications. Like and subscribe. Smell. You could be the most handsome man on the planet with perfect hair, a perfect smile, and a chiseled jawline. But if you smell funky, there's nothing down for you. Basic hygiene is a must for everybody on this planet. And it's really important to look after yourself from the inside out, which means washing every day, brushing your teeth. Now, please do not be that guy that rocks up smelling all kinds of funky smells and thinks that just spraying deodorant will cover and mask that smell. Trust me, it doesn't, and you probably smell worse. On top of getting a shower every day, a nice smelling aftershave will take you from a 6 to a 10 out of 10. A good aftershave contributes to your attractiveness, and all women love a good smell, especially if it lingers on them after you've hugged them and then they can still smell it. Talk about heart eye emojis. Women would be able to smell you before they've even spoken to you, and once they get a whiff, they will flock like birds around you. Your dress sense. Even if we don't want to admit it, we all judge people based on what they are wearing before we've even spoken to them. Yes, it's a shallow thing to do, but I think it's human nature because we all do it. So if you want to get that girl to look at you twice, you have to dress well. Now, don't get it confused. You don't have to go out and spend 3 months worth of your pay slips on really expensive clothes. It's not always about the money, it's how you wear the clothes that you have. The environment that you are in dictates the clothes that you wear. Obviously, you're not going to wear a tailored suit if you're about to go and build a wall with bricks and cement and a construction yard now, are you? So let me make this easy for you. Here are some simple and easy tips to help you dress well for your dates. If you are going for an evening meal in a fancy restaurant, a nice pair of shoes with either dress pants or a suit, depending on your level of comfort. Now, a pair of fitted jeans is a must in the wardrobe. We don't play with bootcut jeans, leave them to the old folks and the cowboys. Also, don't sag them around your butt, you just don't look cool and you look kind of silly. Accessories do matter. They can bring an outfit together. So if you have a nice watch or a ring that you like, wear it with pride. Not only will you look classy and bougie, but women's eyes will also be drawn to your hands and wrists, and we all love a nice pair of manly hands. Humour. Over 65% of women have said that a funny man who can make them laugh is instantly more attractive to them. A good sense of humour is a great icebreaker for initiating a new meeting, but also helps avoid any awkward silences or boring conversations whilst you are trying to get to know the ladies. Now you may be thinking, I'm the funniest guy out of my friends for sure. There's a difference between being funny because it's natural and being unnecessarily mean, but you think you're being funny to those around you to make yourself look good. If so, it's going to make you look like a fool more than anything, which is a huge turn-off for all women. There's nothing worse than a rude guy who thinks he's God's gift. Plant those feet on the ground, buddy, and humble yourself a little bit. Listening. This might sound like the easiest thing in the world to do, and you might even be rolling your eyes at me thinking, why is this even included in the video? This is something I do every day. You would be surprised how many times a girl has said something so simple and a guy has not paid any attention to it and just kind of nodded their head anyway. It's not hard to pay attention when you are in a conversation, especially if you've initiated it and you want to get to know the girl and to listen to what she is saying. When you listen to her, she will tell you all of her interests and hobbies and essentially give you all of the ammo that you need to impress her in the long run. Don't know what to get her as a present? Well, she would have told you about her favourite chocolate and flowers. Don't know where to take her on a date? She will have mentioned a hobby that she likes that you could then turn into a date. It really is that simple, and it will gain you a mass amount of points in the long run because she's gonna feel appreciated and cared for. Let's talk about some eye contact. Nice and simple, when you're talking to a lady, make eye contact with her so she knows that you are listening to what she's saying. Undivided attention is such a babe magnet and separates you from the vast majority of men who just nod their heads during a conversation and contribute very little to the subject. Confidence. Women love a confident guy. A confident man stands out in a crowd like a sore thumb, but in a good way. If you're not feeling confident within yourself, that's okay. You can fake it until you make it. You need to drop those shoulders, push them back, chest out, chin up whilst you're walking around, and I can guarantee you will catch the eye of everyone when you walk past them. Your confidence is like a magnet that they can sense from a mile away. But be careful with this one though. Sometimes being too confident can come across as a little bit cocky, and that's a huge turn off for women. Being full of yourself makes you look arrogant, and to women, being with a man who thinks he is better than everyone around him is an ick in itself, but also embarrassing to be around when other people witness it too. Sometimes trying to get a woman's attention can be a very daunting thing to think about, and men can overcomplicate it in their heads and give up before they've even started. But hopefully these pointers will show you it's not as difficult as you may think, and you can catch her if you just do a little tiny bit of effort. That means you may have to step outside of your comfort zone, but trust me fellas, it will be worth it as your confidence will build and then you will feel amazing about yourself. You will impress the ladies, but you will for sure impress yourself with these tricks up your sleeve. Ladies, if there are some things not listed above that a man does that drives you crazy in a good way, then please do let us know and the fellas know down below. Knowledge is power, and we all love to swoon now and then, don't we?